Yo, what's up, family? Hey, 6:30. Time to get a little sharper. What's happening with you? Different little setup today. So I'm hanging out by the water, as you can see, just enjoying the weather, right? And then come out here and talk to my family. So, hey, look, um, got a it's an exciting time for me right now. Okay, many of y'all, most of my bowling family know what's going on, but before we go there, let's do what we always do. Okay, on the count of three, let's do this. One, two, three. One, two, three. One more time. One, two, three. All right, all right. So hopefully you got that deep breath in with me, and again, stand on your grind and continue to stay focused and trying to make some things happen. I'm just out here to enjoy the weather and come out here and talk to y'all. Unfortunately, I don't have my queen with me tonight. She had to do G-Month duty tonight, so she had to go hang out with my grandson, and so I'm here alone. But I'm with y'all, so I'm good. So look, I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited, and I'm excited for a bunch of reasons. But I'm not gonna bore you with all that. Just know I'm excited. Hopefully you're excited because I'm excited. But but look, so I have to say this. I want to say this real quick. I ain't gonna say it real quick. I just want to say this because it's still been on me ever since we talked last week when I talked about giving. That same thing has been on me the whole week, and I have not been able to shake it. So I got to continue to talk about it. For some reason, I got to talk about it. So I'm gonna talk about it. And so, as last week we was talking about giving, and we know that in some situations it's tough to give because there's some shady stuff going on, right? With some organizations, some churches, some um, businesses, it's some various things that we are part of that we want to be a part of, and we can see there's some shady stuff going on, some stuff that just don't add up, just doesn't make any sense, right? And so as a result, sometimes we say, you know what, I'm not even going to be a part of it. I'm not going to give. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to invest any energy, any time or efforts into it because I don't like what's going on. And that's simply your right. Okay, that's your right. You have that option, and in a lot of situations, that's the right thing to do because again, we go back to that scripture that we talked about last week, and it was I had to remind myself, 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 6-8. Read it in your own time, but in that scripture we're talking about, when you give from the heart, and you don't give it grudgingly. You don't give it like somebody making you do it. You don't give it in a state of I don't really want to do this, but I'm gonna give it. Well, in that case, don't do it. Okay, okay, don't do it. But if in the case, again, read that scripture, because when you do give it with a heart of giving, when you do it where you don't feel like it's a chore, like somebody's making you do it, like you feeling pressure to give it, you don't give it. Okay, but if you feel like that, don't give it. But if you don't feel like that, you feel like this is something that you really want to do, or you really want to give, then do it. And then when you do it, please understand and know that God sees it, okay? And he gonna reward you for that, right? So do it, okay? And now, here's the thing. And these daggone nets want to come around while I'm doing this. But anyway, but here, check this out. When you give, right, one, it makes you feel good, right? Okay, you can't tell me it doesn't do something good to your spirit when you know you have given, and you've given out of your heart. Okay, you giving because you know what you're giving, it can make a difference. And I'm not just talking about your money. I'm talking about your time. I'm talking about your efforts. I'm talking about your energy. I'm talking about your love. I'm talking about your wisdom. Okay, I'm talking about those things when you know that you can go over here and make a difference, and you give your time, and you see the fruits of your labor, or you see the fruits of your giving, and that makes a difference in some other people's lives. You can't tell me that don't make you feel good. You can't tell me that don't put a little pep in your step. What's up, John? What's going on with you, man? Appreciate you up in New Jersey. But you can't tell me that don't make you feel good and makes a difference in how, and your whole vibe changes. It does something good. It just does something to you, right? So when we give, just make sure we do it in that state of a mind, right? But I did have this one little thing, and I'm gonna flip it a little bit, that I did want to talk about. And yeah, we're gonna talk about church a little bit, but it's not just church, because there's some organizations that's fit in this same mode, but it's the fact that, we know that some places, they do some shady stuff, right? And like, the scripture that's been coming to my mind all week is and many of us know this scripture. And it's talked about in Matthew, John, Luke, and Matthew, John, and Luke. And but I want to use the one in John, which is chapter 2, verses 13 through 16. And I'm not going to read it. I'm gonna paraphrase it, but basically, in a nutshell, these guys up in here, they swapping money, they making deals, they charging folk, they just doing all kinds of stuff. And Jesus goes in here like, yo, this ain't happening. And what did he do? He went up in the joint and he flipped the tables. So yes, Jesus got mad. Jesus got warm under the collar. He got bothered, right? And so what did he do? He walked up in the spot and said, y'all not gonna turn my house into this den of thieves. Not gonna happen. So he flipped the table. Said, my house is for a house of prayer, right? So and so we know that unfortunately, in some places where we should be gathering to learn more about Christ, to get closer to Christ, and to be with like-minded folk and get our energy and get our direction, we should be getting that from our churches, right? But sometimes we end up getting pimped in our own churches when it comes to the money piece. And so then what happens? Folk turn away from the church, and now what's the saying? A few bad apples spoil a bunch. That ends up happening. Well, a few bad apples spoil a bunch, and now all churches are looked upon because we got a few ones over here that want to turn the church into a flea market, okay? Or they want to make sure that this is a get rich quick scheme or something like that. That's not what church is about, and that's what turns folk away. But I'm gonna encourage you, don't judge all churches like that, okay? Not all churches are like that. But there are some, right? There are some organizations that don't have anything to do with church with some of the same stuff going on, okay? But we have to be careful about how we give, who we give to, because if we start giving, again, I got to go back to if we give and we know we're giving but we ain't feeling warm and fuzzy about giving it, don't do it, okay? Okay? Because now you're giving out of a pressure, or you feel like you have to do it, or like it's a chore. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. That's not what giving about. But your time, your energy, your effort, when you give that and you know you're giving it with the right heart, and you know it's going to make a difference, then that's when God will bless you, right? So a lot of our blessings are missed. We're missing a lot of our blessings because we don't give, okay? Number one. Now, there's a lot, and I think Deb said it. I can't remember the number she said because she actually did her homework on that part. But it was over 1,000 sometimes in the Bible. It talked about giving. It might have been 2,000, but there's a lot in the Bible about giving, right? And so, when you got the right heart of giving, God is going to bless you for that, okay? And so I do want to encourage you to give. I do want to encourage you, but not just give your money. Your money is important. Please give your money. But what also is important is that you give your time, give your talents, give your energy, give your efforts, give your wisdom. Okay. That is needed out here. Okay. And a lot of these organizations can flourish and can grow and can get better, but simply because what you have been gifted with by Christ, or what you have learned over going to somebody's school, and you have developed and you have matured and you have taken the God-given talents that's been given to you, and you nurtured it and you built it up, and now it is something that is even better than what it was at first. Use those to help. Okay. So there's a lot of organizations out here. There's a lot of churches. There's some businesses out here that need your talents. They need your time. They need your efforts, right? So don't just take that and just squander it. But sometimes you got to give to get. That's what I said last week, and that's one of my favorite sayings. So sometimes, we always want to sometimes give because we expect to get. I'm sorry, but that's the wrong mindset we have, okay? Sometimes you need to give, and you might have to give a little bit and give a little bit more and give a little bit more and give a little bit more before you start to get. Sometimes that's the way it is, okay? But sometimes we got to do that because what we're doing is that we're actually planting seeds, okay? Okay? And we're not going to always get the harvest right then and there, okay? So sometimes you got to understand that you're going to have to give and you're not going to get at that time, okay? Now, If you know you're doing it with the right mind, the right heart, okay, you're not doing it grudgingly, you're not doing it because somebody's making you do it, just trust and know that God sees that, okay? He know what you did. He know what you're doing, okay? He know why you're doing it, okay? Because we always talk about the heart. If he knows why you're doing it, he sees the heart. So if he know you're doing it for the right reasons, trust and believe he gonna make sure you good. Because again, he cannot allow his word to come back void. So if he said that if you do exactly what it says in 2 Corinthians 9:6-8, I'm looking at that because I got my notes in my book. I don't have the actual Bible, but this is my Bible right now because the word is in my book right now. But nevertheless, if you do according to 2 Corinthians 9:6-8, and his word don't return void, then you tell me why wouldn't he bless you? Okay? But sometimes we got to understand that the blessing ain't gonna come when we expect it. It ain't gonna come packaged the way we always expect it or want it to be. But just know that he got you. He gonna make sure you good. All right? Why? Because you did what he told you to do. He told you to give. He told you according to the purpose in your according to your heart, right? He told you to give, not grudgingly. He told you to give without feeling pressure to do it. Okay, so you're doing it because you know it's the right thing to do, and it's not just about money. You got talents that you see an organization need. You got time that you know this organization can use you at a time like this to make some things happen. Why not give your time? Why not Why not give your energy? Why not give your efforts? Because people need it. They need you. They need you there. Okay? Your presence can make a big difference. Okay? That's another way of giving. That's another way of making a difference. Okay? It's not all about money. Sometimes you just being your presence sometimes is all that's needed. It didn't cost you anything. You weren't doing anything anyway, but sitting at home watching TV, and there wasn't nothing on TV. So what did you do? You got up, cut the TV off, and went and talked to somebody, prayed with somebody, walked with somebody, just encouraged somebody. You did something. You gave. Simply giving can make a difference. But you're doing it with the right heart. You're doing it not feeling like you got to do it. You're not feeling pressured to do it. Okay, so I've got to encourage you. I just had to talk about giving again because it's been on my mind all week and I haven't been able to shake it, and I ain't sure I still shook it, but I guess I said that right. But nevertheless, I had to give that to y'all because that's what was been on me all week, and y'all know how I roll every week. There's no telling what I'm gonna talk about, but that's what I had to talk about. So this was part 2 of last week. But look, I'm excited. I really am, and this is another reason why I'm excited because as I said, I'm shifting now. As I told y'all a while back, and it's getting close to that time. Y'all know how I am about the sport of bowling. That's a big passion for me. Y'all know that. You know, I got red blood cells, I got white blood cells, and I got bowling blood cells. That's what's in my bloodstream, right? So bowling, y'all know I love the sport of bowling, and y'all know what's as closely related to the sport of bowling is the organization that I've been a part of for 30 plus years, I should say, and that's TNBA, the National Bowling Association Incorporated. Love that organization. Y'all know that, okay? That's nothing new. But it's about that time for the vote, right? And so y'all know I told y'all that I was running for president. Hey there, love you. Y'all know I announced that I'm running for president. And so next week, we're going to have our convention and the vote will be cast, and we will find out if I will be the next president of the National Bowling Association Incorporated. And so if it's his will for it to happen, then it will happen. Okay. I'm rocking with him regardless. I'm going to be good either way. If I'm the president, I'm good. If I'm not the president, I'm still going to be good. Appreciate you, Jolita. Appreciate it. But either way, I'm going to be good because I'm going to continue to rock with him. And if I'm in that position, I'm going to rock with him even more because I'm going to need him. I'm going to need him. So I'm going to need y'all prayers. Okay. Not only just praying if I that I get the president position, but I'm going to need even more prayers if it happens. Okay. If it's his will for it to happen, I really going to need y'all to pray. Okay. I'm really going to need y'all help because That's when the work is going to start. And then the reality is everybody that might be rocking with Ron when he become president, they might not stay there. That's the reality. Okay. I get it. I understand that. I expect that. Okay. Don't want it to happen, but I got to expect that because, you know, to whom much is given, much is required. And you also know that sometimes, it's lonely at that position. Okay. So I'm going to need y'all prayers. Right. But, I love TNBA. It's an important organization to me. And, as I just spoke about giving, yeah, I'm gonna expect some of y'all to give your time and your efforts to help our organization grow. I'm gonna expect your time and your energy and even some of your money, okay? Because you can be a member even if you're not a bowler. But nevertheless, it's an organization that is near and dear to me. And y'all know me. Y'all know Ron Sims. Ron Sims don't have nothing to do with what color you are. I don't care what color you are. But there is history. And this is our black history when it comes to the sport of bowling. And to me, the history in the sport of bowling is just as important as all the other history and all the other sports that we celebrate and talk about. I think our history in the sport of bowling needs to be said as well. And that's another one of the things that I want to push the history of our organization because it matters because it's the history of the United States. Yes, the sport of bowling is not looked upon as golf. It's not looked upon like basketball and football and baseball. I get it. We celebrate those sports. We love those sports. We talk about it. We talk smack. We do all that stuff, right? You know, we get excited about those, right? I get excited about the sport of bowling. I do. And I get excited about my organization. I get excited about the sport of bowling, period, right? Everything about it. Okay. And so, but I am asking for your prayers. I am asking for those who want to be involved on whatever level. Make sure if Lord see fit for me to become president, then I want you to reach out to me. Let's talk because we get together. We can make this organization better. I can't do it alone. I'm not sitting here. If I'm in that position, I'm not in that position to act like I'm the main and now you serve me. No, I'm going to be a servant. Okay. I am a servant leader. That's what I would be if I'm the president. And even if I'm not the president, I'm still going to be a servant because that's what I'm called to do. And so, but I am asking for your prayers and those that see this and hear this and want to be a part of it, please reach out to me because we can use your energy. We can use your time. We can use your wisdom. We can use some of those ideas that you have that can make this thing better for everybody. And more importantly, better for the future of the kids that's coming up, that's going to replace us one day because we ain't going to be here every day, all day. It ain't going to happen, right? One day we got to get up out of here. And so we got to make sure that the future is going to be in good hands. So we got to get them in. We got to train them. We got to show them. And we got to help them get ready to carry it on. So, all right, guys, look, I'm out of here. I love y'all. I appreciate it. I am excited. I'm excited. And yeah, I'm just excited. So you be excited. Keep making it do what it do. Go out here, get on your grind, stay on your grind. Your dreams and goals can happen. Please know and believe that it can happen. Okay. And how can it happen? First, you got to pray. Then you got to plan. Then you got to prepare. Then you got to go and proceed. I see you next week. Love you. Go make it do what it do.